Well, we're back again working on this John Deere WA here. And I just happened to look here with my jackknife. Look at the stuff that's in this oil drain back hole. I wasn't going to take this thing apart, but I guess I will. I can see more shit in there. Look at that. So, yeah, whoever, you can see it's got brand new bearings. I mean, somebody had this all apart. Well, they may not have taken this off the tractor. I bet they just pulled the cover and pulled that shaft out. That's all they did. But anyway, I'm going to pull it out again, and we will flush all these drain back holes, get it washed up. Just like we got to drain that whole base and wash that all out. A lot of cleaning to do. But the guy that commented there, he told me to put this on a piece of copper, which I did not, because I had already done it when he commented. You can see that there was some porosity in there. But I got it welded up, and I think it's going to be good enough. So now I just got to turn down this, make a new end on that. And that was getting way too hot when I was welding it, but we'll see what we come up with here in a minute. Well, it's machining all right. I got a carbide in there, and it really needs more RPM than what this old lathe will turn, so it's not really giving a good finish. But I did a little scratch. I didn't use an indicator, I just did a scratch. Just touched it, and it went about halfway around with less than a thousandth, so I'm pretty sure I'm within a thousandths on that, which is good enough for what this is. I got my homemade spider in the back, and yeah, we're just creeping along on it. I only got about another 15 thousandths to go or so. So anyway, yeah, we'll see what happens if you guys don't fall off. So I'm going to stop a couple thousandths above where I want to be. And I'll probably take it down with a file to finish it. Get my right hands on the controls here. This lathe, if you're curious why it's cutting so fast, I don't have any bottom feed. So I have to do it with a half knot. I'm cutting 112 threads per inch, and that's why it gives a coarse finish. This lathe had a crash when it was quite a few years ago. Boy, that's just barely. But I'm only showing I got to take about 5 thousandths cut. So, yeah, we'll set that in there. We're going to stop thousandths above. We'll make one quick pass. Put the half knot in. Not the right way to turn, but yeah, I was never able to get that set of gears that went in here. She was too old when it got broke. Boy, can't even feel a step there. No, I got to go get my mics. And yes, some of the porosity don't really finish that good. But anyway, I'll be back in a second. Now it's 1/1000 thousandths oversized, so I'm going to do some filing with a file. And I did go to a high-speed steel cutter, did a lot better job. So anyway, yeah, carbide likes speed and a heavy feed usually. And you can see where that's where the keyway was right there. So I'll have to reproduce that. But got a little void there, won't hurt nothing. And then I got a 45 this end out here like it's supposed to be, and I got to cut a groove. And the only problem I have is before I started all this machining, I never took a measurement of where that groove was, and I should have. So I'm going to take another one apart. I got a junk one. I'm going to press it apart, and I'll get the measurement off the other one. Well, that shaft that I was going to press apart doesn't really want to come apart, not unless I cut it. So I've been looking for my new bearings. I thought, well, I'll just measure the bearing stack with the gear. I can't find them. And I'm thinking I did it on the John Deere B, because I just rebuilt that. I don't know if they take the same bearings or not. I can't remember. Oh. Wait a minute here. I got John Deere stuff somewheres. Look at that. John Deere B set of pistons. This is the box I've been looking for. I forgot where I had put it because it didn't get put back where it belonged. So now, oh, look at that. Do you suppose I'll get lucky enough? Who knows what they fit? If it's an A or a B, I have to take them out and take a look. Not sure, but I'll bring you back in a minute. Well, this is the actual bearings, not the right one, but they've been in storage. It's funny that one half is in one box and one half's in the other, but they all go together. So I'm going to put some oil on them before they get ruined, because right now it's just that light surface rust on stuff. And I'm going to put them in one of the boxes. This one here has got the paper. I'll wrap it in the paper after I oil it and put it back in. I was hoping it was going to be one of the actual governor ones, but I think I probably used them on that B. All kinds of crankshaft seals, power lift seals, a few pins. What do we got here? Empty box. It's got mold in it. This box got a little moisture on it. Don't know what that one fits. It looks like maybe a first reduction bearing, but it didn't get wet inside. Oil pump drives. Oh, I don't remember what those go to. Oh, I do. Those go actually to the 5410. They hold the hubs together when you take the wheel off. That was a grommet for something. What the hell? I should know what that goes to, but I don't remember. Rivets. What do we got? Fan shaft. Oh, we might still be getting lucky here. Is it new? Oh, it is. It is new. Look at that. I do believe that is what we need right there. Yeah. Goes that way there. Yep. If this fits an A shaft, which, yeah, they don't say what model it fits. But whatever those things were, oh, those are gas tank mounting rubbers. Yeah, for a John Deere B, I guess. And what's this bearing here for? Oh, maybe a complete fan shaft bearing. Yes. So I've got a partial and I've got a complete. Yeah, I like that. I'm pretty sure those are the right size. I'll bring you back in a little bit. We'll get a measuring device in them. So this inner race and the balls are correct. So we'll see here if we can't get a stack height real quick. We're not being real precise, we're just going on the plywood. But yeah, hit the 0. Oh, it's 1684. Let's try that again just to make sure that it's... Yeah, 1687. So, yeah, it's not too bad. 1687. So, anyway, we're gonna go see if we can cut a groove for that snap ring here. This little guy right here. And I'll be back in a little bit. Well, I got that groove cut for the snap ring here. And I don't know if you can see this good, but I kind of cheated, did it the simple way. I made a groove about where I thought it needed to be, and then measure back to where the bearing will press to, which is right there. 688 is what I'm getting right there. And I got 687 written down on the stack height. So you should make it. That should snap in. It'll be tight, but it should go. Anyway, now all I have to do, not lose this. I'm going to go put this somewhere where I know where it is, because I lay shit down, then I can't find it. I looked for a half hour for this damn GoPro a little earlier, and I had set it up there for some reason. Don't know why, but yeah, I got the gear right here. I actually honed it with a cylinder hone, just to get the burrs out of it, because it was a little fuzzy. And now, I believe there's about a 3/1000 interference fit there. So we're going to do some machining on that with a file. Old school stuff. I'm not going to film it, but I'll bring you back in a little while. So, I know it's a real rough welding job, but it just starts. Matter of fact, if I push it on and get it stuck, I had a hell of a time getting it off. It's about a 0 fit, and as you go on, it gets about a 0.5 bigger over here. Right here, it's a little on the light on the press, but that's all right. Yeah, everything's got to be pressed on still. Yeah. So we're right there within a 0.5, and it came out real good. I mean, you can't feel a step anywhere, and I can't believe that thing actually centered that up on that old 3-jaw chuck that good, because I never indicated it. Got lucky. Sometimes you just, well, be lucky is good, you know. So anyway, the worst part of this deal now, or I think it is, I have to replace this keyway. And I hate cutting keyways. I got the stuff to do it, but we'll put this in the mill, cut it, and this one here, we'll broach it in the press. So I think you've all probably seen it before, but we'll see how it goes. I might video it a little bit, I might not. But anyway, yeah, that's the next thing to do. Well, I got this all set up, ready to go. 1/4-inch cutter in there. And then I just went and thought, I ought to measure that key. That's a 3/16. So I got to get out my cutters and do some more inspecting. This one here measures 171, so it's probably been sharpened. Yeah, 171. It should be 188. Oh, let's see what else we got in here. That's a 3/16. Oh, 188. 187 actually, I guess. That one probably. Jeez, that leading edge looks pretty good on that. This one here looks better though. I think we're going to try that one right there. So, yeah, if you ever go to throw one of those projectors away, save the focal lens out of it. I don't know if you can see that through there, but you know, they're pretty nice, you know. Okay, we just touched. We're right there. And we'll set it at 1. So we should have to go 94 thousandths. I'm going to do it in probably 30,000 increments. Probably ought to go get some oil too. Might help it cut. So that's where I'm going to quit right there. Yeah. Looks good, real scientific. Go down another 30. Might as well use the power feed, we got it. Yeah, we'll go to 94. Should be right there. See what happens. There we go, that's 0 right there. Now, the key is maybe, well, it's tight. There's no wiggle to it. But it don't have to be tapped in either. Just pushed in. So, you know, could have been 1/1000 tighter, but it's good. I'm happy with it. And now we just got to do the gear. Well, we got it all pressed together. And I still got a couple of little pieces of spatter that I got to take off of the file. And yeah, that is just gonna clear. I should have gone about another 7 or 8 thousandths in on the key as far as depth. I ended up a little bit tight. I actually had to machine 10 thousandths off the actual key. So, oh, look at that. Right into place. Pretty sure it's seated. Yeah, it appears to be, and there ain't much room. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. It moves. So there's only a couple thousandths clearance there because it's tight. It's enough to hold it. So that is a beautiful thing. So, yeah, we will get a couple of small files here and maybe see if we can't. Come on, one of them's off. Come on. That other one kind of had. Well, that spat is a pain in the butt. Got a piece up here too. Yeah, that coming off. Well, I got this bolted back on. No gaskets at all. I'm going to take it back off because, like I said, I'm going to pull this governor apart and put this right in the wash sink and get this thing good and clean. Because, you know, it looks to me like there's some pretty nasty spoods coming out of stuff. That actually looks like grease. I'd say that when they put it together, they put grease in the bearing. That's either because they put a new one in and wanted it lubed instead of a dry start, or it could be they was trying to quiet down a worn out one. 50-50 on this beast. But anyway, it's not perfect. If you look out on the end now, we'll get you right out here close. That is what slop I've got now. About 3/4 of an inch to 7/8, not quite an inch. I'd like it to be a little closer, but according to the gears, they are right flush on the top. Maybe could put this one in just a skosh. And I don't know if there's a gasket here or not. Actually, I'm going to unbolt that here and we'll see. Yeah, so that was somebody put a new race, new bearing, new inner race. I mean, everything's new, which is good. I'm not complaining. But they didn't have to pack it. I mean, all you got to do is put some 90 weight on it and throw it together. But they left the original shim on that was there originally, I would say, because that's an old gasket. It's not nothing new. So I would say that they pulled it off and put it back on, because that doesn't look like nothing fairly new. But it's 25 thousandths thick. I'm pretty sure I have some of these in different thicknesses. So I think I'm going to try to put like 10 thousandths in there and see what she comes out to. Well, I just put that back on with no shims at all. So I took out 25 thousandths and I got rid of probably, I'm going to say, let me hold this gear here so it won't move. That's about 3/8 to a half. Probably closer to a half. And I had about 7/8 there before. So I got rid of a pile of the slop. This probably is about where it needs to be. The small gear probably should go in about another 20 thousandths and we'd have it right up where it ought to be. But the only way I could do that technically on here is if I press that gear back off, which I guess I could pull it instead of, you know, taking the whole thing apart. And I could put about a 20 thousandths shim in behind it. But I'd have to put it in the lathe again and make it so that I could put that snap ring out a little further. But I could make it, and I thought of doing that when I was doing it, because I figured I could always make shims. But if you put it together at the original height and it's not in far enough, I was going to be screwed. So that kind of bit me. I should have gone with my intuition on that. But anyway, I'm going to run it like that to see if this old girl's, you know, going to make it. I'm not going to put a bunch of money into it. This is kind of a low budget, you know, Hail Mary thing. We're going to, and I'm also not going to, I'm going to put anaerobic sealer around this and the other end when I put it together for the final time. Like I said, I want to clean this, get some gun cleaning stuff down here and clean out these. These bugs, they only get in there if you don't have the mag on the tractor for a while. You know, if you keep everything closed up, they don't get in. But I would say that's what happened. Somebody had the mag off in it for a few months and bugs got in there and, you know, that's the end of it. But, you know, that's pretty grungy in there. I don't want that stuff going down into the engine. So, yeah, a little cleaning. That's going to be it for this episode. I'm going to go on out and help Carol out in the greenhouse. She's been out there by herself most of the afternoon. It's 3:30. I'll go on out and help her for an hour anyway. Kind of sick of this thing, to be honest about it. But I'm to the point now, all I have to do is wash, reassemble, wash the crankcase, and start putting stuff back together. Pretty much done with all the machining. I'm not going to do any more grinding on the bat until I get it outside this summer. It just makes too damn much of a mess in here. I do have to grind a little bit and put that, what is it, Dura glass in there. I think that's what the fella told me to use there on one of my comments. Pretty sure it was Dura glass. It supposedly is more oil and gas resistant than regular Bondo. So I got some of that coming, actually. It's ordered. But that's it for this old girl for a day or two. I'm going to just do cleaning. I'm not going to film it or make a video of it. Once I get everything cleaned and start going the other direction, putting it back together, I'll bring you back. So take care, everybody. Keep safe, and we will see you on the next one.